Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special Facebook Live. I wanted to hop on tonight and quickly tell you about the latest resource that I just published a few minutes ago in my store on TPT. It's a really fun creative writing project that I put together. I got this idea in my head and decided to roll with it, and I had so much fun putting it together. So I wanted to share it with you tonight. It's about creative writing and using a little bit of game to get your students writing creatively. So I thought of different story elements for writing, and I came up with these 7 in my bin here. You can see I have main characters, minor characters, setting, problem, story event, story theme, and story mood. And what the kids have to do in this writing activity is they have to pull out of the bin a spinner, a game spinner. So each bin has 5 different spinners in them. So they can take one out. And then I used these little spinners you can see here. You can also use like brads and a paper clip, or you can get these little spinners too on Amazon, and they're really fun. So the kids have to spin. They work better when you're on the table. There we go, spin. And so, for example, if they land on this, that means that they have to use a strict teacher as their main character in their story, which is really kind of fun. Hi, Carla and Barbara, I see you. If you're joining, say hello to me. So then they have to use a strict teacher as their main character, and then their minor character might be something totally different. So if they spin the minor character card, this one is going to be a dog that's lazy. So they have a strict teacher and a dog that's lazy. Those are their 2 characters. They can add more characters if they want, but the main character is a strict teacher and the minor character is a lazy dog. They have to figure out how they can put those 2 things together in a story. Hi, everybody. And then the next one they can spin is all about the setting. So you have 5 cards for each of these. And each of these little spinners have 4 options for them. So the first one they spin, they have to go with. So we have a strict teacher, a lazy dog, and the setting is at a busy mall. So you can see how some of these can be kind of funny. Maybe the strict teacher has a lazy dog that she tries to take to the mall to get it to walk. And so as they go through these different elements, they have to think about all the different features in a story, and they have to put them together. So it gives them just enough of detail to get them started, and then let them be really creative with their writing, which I love. So I actually had my daughter do this for me tonight to see what she came up with. And this is her sheet that she used, and this is all in the resource. So she spun all 7 different elements, and you can actually have them spin just 2 or just 3. You can choose how many you want them to spin for their story. So she had to use all 7, which is the most challenging. If you want to differentiate a little, you can just have them spin a couple of the different elements. It's up to you. But she got the strict teacher, and then she got a baby for her minor character. And the setting she got was a park with muddy slides. And the problem was that the character was frustrated. There was a frustrated character, and there was an event about waking up early in the morning that had to happen in the story somehow. And the theme had to be about learning something smart. And then the mood of the story had to be friendly. So she had to use all of those to come up with her story. And I don't know if you want to hear the story. I'll tell you what her story was. She said, Mrs. Holmes screamed in frustration. Why did I get assigned to take an entire class of babies to the park? Just then, Samantha, a 6-month-old baby, fell down one of the many muddy slides. So she's got the slide in there in the park. Samantha, instead of crying, looked up and started laughing at Mrs. Holmes. So she's keeping the mood friendly. Mrs. Holmes did not understand how these kids could be so hyper this early in the morning. Get down, yelled Mrs. Holmes. She was a very strict teacher who did not tolerate unsmart behavior. The baby wasn't listening, so she started walking towards the baby. When she fell in the mud, she started laughing and realized it was actually quite fun to play in the mud. That was her story that she came up with. And this is another piece of writing paper that she used. So she had to use all of those 7 elements. I think she did a pretty good job. So this is really fun for your kids because it still lets them use their imagination, but it gives them just enough support to start thinking about all those elements in a story and how they can include them. So this is a really fun game. You can put in centers. You can have them do an interactive writing project together with partners, something to keep them involved and get them started really with writing. You can even do it like at the beginning of the year as a whole class as a writing project together, have the whole class help you and have different kids spin the spinners to get your characters and get your setting. It could be really, really fun. So let me just show you a couple of slides that I have here. I'm going to go back a second. So this is what the cover looks like that's in my store, and the link is actually posted already. It's on sale through tomorrow. And this is what the product looks like. I recommend grades 2 through 6. And also the bins. A lot of people ask about where I get my bins from. You can use any bins that you want, but I get these bins from Michael's supply store, the office supply or the craft store. And I made these labels and I hot glued them onto the front of the bin. So the product has the labels in them. And this bin, let me give you a link to it. I actually have a link for you if you wanted to check it out at Michael's. If not, you can use any bin that you want. But let me put it in the comment section for you. And it takes me just a second, and it'll take a second to pop up because there's a bit of a delay. So that bin link is popping up. And hello, Valencia. She said that's a great idea for the beginning of the school year. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to do like a shared writing activity with this, where you can have the kids work with you and help learn how to write a story together as a class. And then you can put this in a center too as an idea and have them try it out on their own or in a small group. So for each of the 7 elements, you get 5 spinning boards, and there's 4 different things they can land on for each of those. So it's up to you if you want to just leave one out, if you want them to choose from the different ones. Sometimes I might just pick one from each element and then have them spin that one just to make it a little more simple. But I made 5 for each element, so you had more options. And I made each element a different color when I printed them on cardstock so that I could remember which element went with which spinning board. And then this is just an example of my daughter's work that she did today with the story that she made about her strict teacher. So you can have them, there's lots of different papers options. I have an option for if they just use 2 of the spinners, if they just use 3, 4, 5, 6, or if they use all of them, like in this example. And you can set up the spinners really easily. These are what I used for my spinners right here. And I got these at Michael's, and then I realized they were like half the price on Amazon. So you can use just paper clips and brads if you want to make the spinners, or you can get fancy like I did here and get these. Let me give you a link to these as well, because I found these on Amazon for like $3, and that was way cheaper than what I paid for them at Michael's. So let me give you that link. That's coming up. There we go. So you have both the links to the case if you're interested in that, or the spinners too. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to hop on and show you this because I thought it was really fun and really cool. I just put it together the last few days, and I don't really have any plans to make any more as of right now. But if you guys like it and you want me to make more, let me know like what kinds of things you want me to make, because I think this is going to be really fun for kids to get really hands-on involved and get a little extra support. There's no way a student in your class cannot do a writing piece with this. They have just enough support for all the elements to put something together. And the whole point is to just build your writing stamina at the beginning of the year and to get kids to understand the different story elements. And it can be silly. It's kind of like a Mad Libs type thing. It can be nonsense type because some of the things are going to not match together really well, like a baby in a muddy park. You know, you got to have to think about how you're going to get creative with that. So I love that it gives the kids an opportunity to use their imagination when they're practicing their writing. And it's not this huge writing project that feels so overwhelming that they have to get right away. They can play around with writing and build their stamina and get creative with this as well. So like I said, it's only $5. It's $5.20 on sale. It's normally going to be $6.50, but it's $5.20 until tomorrow. So if it's something you want to take a look at, download the free sample. You can check out a little bit more about it. And I'm going to be posting a video of my daughter putting it together, so you can see that too on my Facebook page. And Oh, if the link's not up yet, I can do that really quickly. Let me see. It should be in the main page, but let me give it to you right now. This is the link to it that you can see. And there it is popping up. So hey, Carla, thank you for telling me that because I thought the link was up, but it might not be. So there is the link right there in the comment section. I know it looks kind of wonky on the screen, but you can see it in the comment section. And again, that it's on sale until tomorrow. So you'll be able to grab it for a couple dollars cheaper. And it's just a really fun project that you can work on with your kids. I know. Thank you, Elizabeth. I know. I think it's fun and they'll love the idea of spinning and getting the different story pieces together. And like I said, if all 7 elements are too much for your kids, you can do it with just 5 of the elements or 4 of the elements. Amazon Prime Day is tomorrow. Woo woo, awesome. That's great. I think I popped that one up already. Do I have a Twitter account? Chevy, hi Chevy. I do have a Twitter account, but I never use it. I'm bad at Twitter. I think I don't even know it. It's so bad. I think it's JenBengal_5, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Leslie was right. She probably got the drawers at Michael's. We love the Michael's store. Yes. But again, you can use whatever drawers you want. These just worked out really perfect for what I was working on and what I was going for. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. I hope you guys all had a great weekend and have a great Monday tomorrow. If anyone's joining me tomorrow for the webinars, I'm excited about that. I have 2 webinars tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, I won't be in a webinar live again for a while because my daughter's actually having jaw surgery. And then I'm going to be traveling to California for a conference. So I'm going to be really busy the next 2 weeks. But other than tomorrow, it's the last chance to catch a live webinar until the end of July. So if you wanted to join me in a webinar tomorrow, there's 2 of them. Those are both at jenbengalwebinars.com. If you wanted to register, they're free. You can register. Other than that, that's all I have. I hope to see you tomorrow in a webinar or just chatting on Facebook or towards the end of July in one of the other webinars I have coming up that week at the end of July. All right, everybody, take care, and hopefully you enjoy this fun little writing activity that I put together. Have a great night. Bye.